I'm Mark Golub, sitting in today for Teisha Bader, who's on vacation this week, with a Shalom TV update for Tuesday, May 28th, 2013. We begin with two somewhat disturbing stories, but ones which are very important for Americans who care about peace in the Middle East to hear. Palestinian Authority Chairman Mahmoud Abbas gave a speech this past Sunday at the World Economic Forum in Jordan, in which he stated that the PA does not incite hatred or teach discrimination of Judaism, but rather strives to spread the culture of peace among Palestinians. In response, the Jewish watchdog organization Palestinian Media Watch has issued its own report showing how Abbas's claims are far from the reality of what the PA is saying in Arabic. As verification of its claim, Palestinian Media Watch posted a video of a program that actually ran on PA television this past Wednesday, less than a week before Abbas promised that the PA does not incite hatred. Here is a portion of that video in which a young girl named Hadil, a child, is applauded for reciting a poem referring to Jews as Allah's enemies, the sons of pigs.
أعداء الله أبناء الخنازير أفسدوا وقلعوا أشجار الزيتون والتين وقتلوا الأطفال بردة كالثعابين وقطعوا أشلاءهم بالحجارة والسكاكين واغتصبوا النساء في الميادين ودنسوا كتاب الله على الملايين. أين أمة الإسلام؟ أين أمة الإسلام والمجاهدين؟ أين مخافة الله في القدس قد دنست بالصهايين.
And in a related story, 5 members of the United States Congress are now demanding that a senior Palestinian Authority official, Sultan Abu el-Anayn, be removed from his current position as head of the Palestinian Council for Non-Governmental Organization, or NGO, affairs. The congressman's demands have been prompted by al-Anayn's formal praise of the Palestinian murderer who stabbed an Israeli father of 5 to death. 31-year-old Evyatar Borovsky was on his way to a theater rehearsal when he was murdered in the morning of April 30th at the Tapuach Junction on the West Bank. In addition, Fatah's official Facebook page praised the murderer, posting 2 pictures of him, as well as a photo of his victim, with the caption, "A picture of the settler who was killed today at the Al-Za'atra military checkpoint in South Nablus by the hero, the released prisoner from Tulkarem." The congressman's letter to Abbas reads in part, "President Abbas, allowing this type of incitement and hate-mongering to take place within your ranks is intolerable if you are truly dedicated to nonviolence. We ask that you publicly and officially denounce and condemn Mr. al-Anayn's remarks at once and remove him from his position in your government. We also request that Fatah immediately remove its Facebook page glorifying this murderer." And the letter is signed by Representatives Elliot Engel, ranking member of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Ed Royce, chairman of the House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Nita Lowey, ranking member of the Appropriations Committee, Ted Deutsch, ranking member of the Subcommittee on the Middle East, and Brad Sherman, ranking member of the Subcommittee on Terrorism, Non-Proliferation, and Trade. Closer to home, in the midst of all the scandal surrounding IRS rulings on tax-exempt organizations, the ZOA, the Zionist Organization of America, regained its tax-exempt status. Last year, the IRS rescinded ZOA's tax-exempt status because it had failed to file a tax return for 3 consecutive years. Morton Klein, ZOA president, explained the failures were due to confusion and bad advice from a tax accountant, and over the status of a school in Israel that operates under the auspices of the ZOA. During this past year, donations to the ZOA have continued to be tax deductible. And on an upbeat note, the Jewish Week ran a beautiful and uplifting story by the mother of an autistic child whose autism prevented him from participating in a traditional bar mitzvah ceremony. The mother, a rabbi herself, Rabbi Rebecca Shore, described how disappointed she was when she realized that she would not have the same experience with her own son that she'd had with her father or with other students of hers whom she prepared for bat or bar mitzvah. But it turned out that her son Ben expressed a desire to mark his becoming a bar mitzvah by participating in a local Walk Now for Autism Speaks. And Rabbi Shore writes that at the communal Friday night Shabbat gathering that weekend, she suddenly turned to her son and asked Ben if he would like to start the Friday night Kiddush. Ben, who had a fear of speaking in public, had never done anything like that in public before. But to his mother's amazement and delight, not only did Ben begin the Kiddush, but in a strong voice and without any hesitation, did the entire Friday night Kiddush. And when Rebecca asked her son, when his bar mitzvah weekend was over, what the personal highlights were for him, the first thing Ben mentioned was leading that Kiddush on Friday night. A reminder in the Jewish tradition, a person becomes a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah automatically by simply reaching his or her 13th birthday, or in some traditional communities, for a girl on her 12th birthday. And anything a young boy or girl does to mark that occasion is a moment of divine importance for the bar or bat mitzvah, for the family, and for the entire community. Ben Shore marked his becoming a bar mitzvah in a most wondrous way, reminding us all to be open to the miracles performed every day by those whom we sometimes tend to underestimate. Mazel tov to Ben Shore, to his mother Rebecca, who's an extraordinary rabbi, and to Ben's entire family. And for Tuesday, May 28th, that's our Shalom TV News Update. I'm Mark Golub. Be well, my friends.